What are the unethical life hacks that you use? If you want to lie, make a part of the lie something shameful. Everybody will believe you. I was late to work because I shat myself. I had to go back home, shower, and change my clothes. I tell everyone that I've never tried smoking weed, or drinking some type of liquor, or a certain drink. And then that person always gives it to you for free so you can experience it for the first time with them. Caution. This only works once per person per thing. When I get sales calls here in Italy, I say sorry, I can't speak Italian. Also goes for anybody who bugs me, i.e. religion soliciting people. Few have said people speak English well enough to try. They all just go, ah, oh, click. The only thing I can say in fluent French is, sorry, I don't speak English. When the pub bar club is packed and you can't get to the bar to order a drink for the life of you, find the hottest chick at the bar and hit on her. Don't be subtle about it, just hit on her. She will leave and you can get her place. Instructions unclear. Slept with hot chick. My boss orders a wheelchair at the airport every single time to get through security faster. She even makes the staff member pushing her take her through duty free. My 93-year-old father does the same thing. He doesn't need the wheelchair. He walks a mile every day up and down a hilly street. He also wears a ball cap with the name of the ship he was on during World War II. The flight attendants fawn over him and give him free drinks and earbuds. It's awesome to watch in person. When ambushed by chuggers, not sure if other countries call them this, but those semi-legitimate professional charity collectors with clipboards who skim off the majority of your direct debit. Don't say a word. Do not say no. Go away. You. They're trained to pounce. If they say nice hat, do not say thanks. Semicolon. They're trained to pounce. Just raise your hand, stop quieting gesture, and they'll leave you be. Unethical because rude. But okay because that whole industry. I panic in unexpected social situations and once shouted at one of them I don't believe in charity. He left me alone. Anytime I get ranch dressing at a pizza place, I ask for it after I've paid. They never bother making you pay another 50. Cute. A yellow reflective vest and a confident attitude can get you pretty much anywhere unquestioned. That will only get you so far. If you want to get into higher security areas you will also need a clipboard. One year I went with my dad to vote. He was 70 and had a portable oxygen tank that he wore on a shoulder strap as he had lung cancer. He was still relatively strong at this point. He took one look at the 30-40 person deep queue and said bugger this. He strode past the queue, waved his oxygen tank at the door person and said James Hardy got me and went straight to the sign-in desk. I looked apologetic, said I was his carer, and went in after him. Quickest voting experience of my life. None of the officials had a clue how to deal with the situation so they just looked stunned and let it happen. For those who don't know, James Hardy was the big asbestos manufacturer in Australia back in the day, and that was the sort of lung cancer he had. When parking in a long-term lot, hospital, airport, hotel, etc. I walk back to the entrance when I'm about to leave and get a new parking ticket. I just pay the minimum no matter how long I've parked there. I'm from the UK, so obviously, this is tea-based. If you're not one for making tea for everybody at the same time, the first time you're asked to do it, ask everybody twice and then still get each cup slightly wrong. This way people will not associate you with a good brew and won't ask you to make it. Bonus hack. Don't remember how each individual has their tea coffee. Just how many have each milk sugar combo. Makes it a lot easier. I have made a set of logic in my mind to make this one ethical. When roll up is on at Timmy's, if I have a free muffin tag or something I will go through the drive-thru and order a large double. And be like I have a roll up for a free muffin too. He'll get a fruit explosion. 4 out of 5 times they forget to ask you for the roll up because you need to pay for the coffee. In their mind they are like, well, they paid. That is all. The key is to always buy one thing and always have the winning roll up in case they ask. I tell myself that I have done my duty as a consumer, and if they don't ask for the roll up, it's on them. I think this was intentionally designed for no one outside of Canada to understand it. I find the student directory for all of my classmates in my course and get their student emails. I send out an email 2 weeks before final exams offering to trade my study guides for theirs. When someone sends me one, I'll send it to another person who sends me theirs and start a Ponzi scheme of subject review study guides. In the self-checkout aisle, you call the shots. Organic pears become regular pears. Organic apples become regular pears. Organic meat becomes regular pears. If you tear off the barcode, the scanner is just a mindless machine. Take control of your own destiny. Organic apples become regular pears. Organic meat becomes regular pears. This guy really likes pears. Full stop. Obligatory edit. Holy crap. My top comment is now about pears that aren't even pears. Thanks for the gold. Awesome, stranger. On Chrome you can inspect Element and change the text on any website. I change the price on Amazon sold electronics. Print off the page. Take it into Best Buy and have them price match it. Recently I have had some employees check Amazon then and there, so now I use Walmart website. Edit. For the people calling this fraud. The top comment is fraud as well. When my truck needs new tires, I rent a truck with the same tires and swap them. I've done it 3 times and saved thousands of dollars. This one is no longer possible because of euro. But back in the 90s the 1 Deutschmark coin, around $1, had the same size and weight as the 2.50 escudos coin, around 1 cent. Meaning whoever went to Portugal before going to Germany and got a bunch of 2.50 escudos coins would be able to eat in Germany for almost nothing if they only used vending machines. That is a really specific scenario that also requires a time machine to be of any use. If you have a crack in your windshield, you can just call the "How's my driving" number on the back of some trucks and tell them the truck kicked up a stone or something. No. In the US a rock kicked up by a tire is considered an act of God. Instead say you saw it fly off the top or out of the bed of their vehicle. I pretend that my aunt's phone is broken so I don't have to deal with my mother's endless messages. I still speak to her every day. But she can't guilt me for ignoring messages. I am 33. I wish I figured this out sooner. As far as my mom knows, I don't own a phone because I hate technology. I don't listen to the entire phone greeting before making my selection. I press 0 for a human. When a man breaks into your house, even when lacking intent of any form of bodily harm, brutally murder him in a manner that appears defensive. Preferably with a melee weapon such as a Bowie knife, kitchen utensil, or a 5D battery mag light. Your neighbors will leave you alone for sure. If you want a little extra room on public transport, just chant softly in Arabic. When I'm ready to leave a get together, I announce to everyone that I'm done with them. Using ad block while on Spotify gets rid of the ads. So it is like listening to premium. Also read books in the public domain. They are often available for free online. Also read books in the public domain. They are often available for free online. How is that unethical? That's literally the reason for it existing. Public domain books are just that, public domain. Nobody owns the copyright anymore. So anyone can legally publish it. Incognito browsers to get past newspaper website paywalls. The only reason I kept cable was for sports. Run out of money? Steal. If a store has a phone number based ID discount system, like the grocery store, some hipster will always have entered the local area code and 867-5309. Works every time and only mildly unethical. I once posted fake job ads online on Craigslist when I was applying for a job so that I could look at the competition's resumes and wear them down by never having them never get any callbacks. Brutal murders, theft, and quick ways to warm bread. When you take out the soup from microwave, it is too hot to take it with hands. Take 2 slices of bread in each hand and take it out without problem. Plus the bread gets warm. You are unethical to the bread loaf. Obligated to spend time with lame or annoying people? Take some drugs. Everything will be far more entertaining. I prefer marijuana and alcohol together in abundance. But other drugs work for other people. Trial and error that. Figure out what drugs combinations work for you. Bonus. During the trial and error period, you'll definitely alienate some of those whack people from your life. Problem solved. This is probably why I'm alone on Thanksgiving now that I think about it. If I have a job at work that takes 4 hours to do, I'll do it in 4. About for 4 hours, then submit and say it took 8. People that fail to do that inevitably get screwed by the man and its work culture to push for more. If you want a promotion. I started downloading cars instead of buying them. I found out a way to get free food at work using a little known glitch in our cash registers software. Essentially, I can ring up an entire meal as extra toppings and it will show up in the kitchen as just a normal combo meal. The price for everything is inherently zero. So my order won't show up if anyone chooses to audit any discounts or voids. No one is caught on yet. It would take a very perceptive back of house worker to notice that the order didn't get sent to their specific station and only the main screen. But those guys are too bright. They know. They just don't care because they skip the middleman and just make food for themselves. When I just wanted to leave work a couple of times, I insinuated to my male supervisor that I had a menstruation issue and he sent me home immediately, no questions asked. This doesn't always work with female bosses. They'll often insist you come back when you're cleaned up. When some human rights organization pleb comes up to me. Excuse me sir. May I have your attention please? I'll switch to my native language, which most people in my country don't know it still exists, and kindly decline. She will then apologize for bothering me. I know you're wanting to help the poor or whatever, but don't push me to it. My native language is Irish. We are obliged to learn it as children and usually unburden ourselves of it when the school leaving exams are finished. But I went, like many of my countrymen, to a Catholic school which opened each class with a prayer often said in Irish. I don't think I could ever unlearn that. But it comes in handy. Especially now I don't live in Ireland and haven't for years. The opening lines of the Lord's Prayer make a very effective scolding and can sound like very irate swearing if delivered correctly. Illegal U-turns. Kicker restaurants. I pay for gourmet coffee by using the self-checkout and making the machine think it's a banana. Gourmet coffee becomes regular pears. In Subway, I wait until they have put the first amount of cheese on before asking for double. You have already set the standard cheese level and I will know if you skimp. A couple times I have come into work late and not clocked in. That way they don't know what time I actually got there. But they know I'm here. Then I tell them I was in such a hurry to get started that I forgot to clock in. So, the HR person usually adjusts my time so to show I was there on time. I learned this trick from a massive stoner who frequently came into work so baked that he honestly forgot about clocking in. Being well spoken opens up way more doors than you think. Sometimes quite literally. But make sure you maintain a balance between well spoken and pretentious. Unusual words are appreciated. But too many will make it seem like you're trying too hard. Deadly airborne toxic gas is a great way to move to the front of the line fast. Why so intricate? Simply cough profusely and mumble. Damn tuberculosis. If you buy any sort of power tools, electronic etc., and they break, forget the warranty bull. Go to the same store. Buy the identical item. Swap it out with the broken one, then go back and return it. I act friendly to everyone. Everyone, even those I find unbearable. Because one day, they may come in useful for me. Manipulating people. It's so easy. Letting people talk about themselves and fake interest in their stuff is a straight road to manipulating that person. Fireman standing at every corner downtown collecting donations for some sort of charity. When I walk past the first one, he asks for a donation. But I just tell him I already gave to the guy across the street. He thanks me profusely. When I'm walking by another fireman, same thing, and I tell him I just gave to the other guy. He thanks me profusely. Repeat until I've walked past them all. They feel good. I feel good. Win-win. Well, except for the charity. If you know someone's got a lot of cash on them, stab them and take it. A. You don't have to lie. Just tell the truth in the most sarcastic way possible. BKRMN. Can I trust you? Asterisk. Of course not. It's true that I know everything about you. And yes, I promised that I would never tell anybody anything. But in reality, if you do something that I don't like, everybody will know about your secrets. What do you think? Can you trust me? Asterisk. Haha. Well, blah blah blah. That's how it usually goes. I joined the Republican Party. Calm down, Satan. I actually read it on here a while back. You know McDoubles from McDonald's? Well, just ask them to hold the ketchup and mustard. And add Big Mac sauce, mayo and pickles. Boom. You just got a Big Mac for 1/4 of the price. And a 1/4 of the size. What bull is this? Pretending to have a limp when I park across 3 disabled parking spaces. Sometimes I park in handicapped spaces. Whilst handicapped people make handicapped faces. I'm an asshole. To get organic product for a non-organic price, all you have to do is realize that by buying organic product you are spending extra money on nothing. When your headphones break, especially if you get cheap ones, buy the same ones that you had before. After cleaning the old ones, put them in the package and return the package. But keep the new ones. Always say they were defective and broke only after a few days. Make sure you have the receipt. If you use the words defective, they have to take it back as long as you have the receipt. Also, if you go to a nice event, get a nice dress from the store, leaving the tag on. Wear a little cardigan over the dress so that the tag is concealed. Go to said event and the next day return the dress, saying that it didn't fit the way you would have liked, and get your money back. I used to do these things until I got some dignity. You will generally not get called out on your bull if you present yourself in a certain way and are confident in what you're saying. You can lie to someone's face and they'll accept it, even if they have doubts, because acceding to the events of your story is preferential to the possible confrontation which may ensue from challenging it. This obviously doesn't really work with family and close friends, but will work in most circumstances where you're dealing with people who you deal with in your day-to-day life. You don't have to go the speed limit. You just have to drive slower than the black guy in front of you. You know those vending machines with card swipes? Usually, you have to press end in order for the machine to stop charging your card, which most people don't do. Stand behind someone using a card and you might get free snacks. The ones on campus used to be like that, but they've changed them now where you have to re-swipe if you want another thing. I've programmed bespoke systems to automate every task we do. I have 2 versions. One on my personal OneDrive with comments and future ideas. The other on the office system with stupid variable names and no comments. They'd take months to figure out how they work and would require experienced programmers to unravel. Job for life. Edit. I'm 23. Don't know if I should spread this around, but if you are going to a big event, egg your graduation. Print out some sheets of paper that say reserved. When you get there, Early. You can put them wherever you want and hold seats for friends and family. The best part is, you don't even have to watch the seats. You could go get a coffee or something and come back. No one will take those seats. I steal butter and Marmite sachets from my university canteen and store them in my fridge in my dorm room. In American. I steal butter and jam from my college dining hall and leave them in my dorm room fridge. I buy things off Amazon. Then, when said thing breaks, I just buy another from Amazon. Then return the broken one as if it was the new one. Works. Every time. If you want to know the best fried chicken places in England, follow a group of blacks or Asians around for a few hours. Eventually they will get hungry and all congregate at the said fast food place. Then make a note of that said place and come back when it's lighter and less dangerous.